What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Samantha Lee, in the building. Whew. Y'all, I apologize. I was running a little bit behind. I had a meeting I was on real quick and decided I would come back up in here and say what's up to my people. I didn't even get to put lotion on. That's the reality. I haven't even got to put lotion on, but it is what it is. Your girl's in the building. Make sure nothing bunches up here. What's up, everyone? It's me, Samantha Lee. Okay, so anyway, let me go ahead and download this piece of content that I wanted to do, y'all. I have been just busy. So, and y'all, I still have this annoying cough. I don't know why. It's just really, really annoying me. Just really annoying me. I don't get it. But anyway, y'all, what's going on? I am here and we have some really interesting things to talk about. Let me first say hi to everybody in the chat, y'all. We have at 352,000. We've been at this for what? How long? I don't even know how long. We've been at this. Gosh, we've been at this YouTube thing for a year. We've reached the 350,000 mark and we rolling. Okay. And growing at a time that it seems like it's impossible, because how are we growing when we're on punishment, essentially? So that's just God. That just shows me how amazing our God is. And so I'm actually, what I think I'm going to try to do today, you guys, I'm actually going to take off my Wi-Fi here, and I'm going to actually bring people. I'm going to bring people to this channel. I'm going to try this again and do a live on IG and here at the same time, because I've done it on my Facebook as well. But I'm not going to keep myself on here. I'm only going to do it for a little bit of time. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Do something different, you guys, because we gonna grow regardless. And that's just period, point blank. We just going to grow. We going to grow and we going to grow. So I'm going to try to do that to keep it moving. But hit the like button. You said 100+ million views. Oh yes, thank you. I know. Thank you. It's growing and I can't even stop it. But I'm really excited, you guys. And so it's been a beautiful year. It's been a lot of growth. And so I have to first say hi to everybody on my YouTube live. Let me go ahead and say hi to everyone. So I'm seeing Antoine. What's up, Antoine? I tell you what, Antoine, you the one. You the one. You the one. You the one. Thank you. I love you, Antoine. What's going on? Mr. Hydro? Professor, well, I don't know if I'm Professor Love, but I appreciate you. I appreciate all that. Thank you. Let me see. I see Jason. I see Pam. I see Tavares. I see Lanaya. I see, Manish. I haven't seen you before. Okay, Carlo. Everybody that's on she counsels. She counsels. So y'all, I see on my Instagram, she counsels. Listen, I can't wait to go to your conference, sis. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. And for everybody that's on my Instagram, go ahead and head to my YouTube, because I'm gonna jump off this in a second. I just did this to come here, and then y'all got to meet me over there. So if you want to join me over on the YouTube stream, okay? Okay. So anyway, all right, y'all. So so tonight, guys, there's a lot that we have to talk about. My thing, she counsels, y'all. She counsels. I already told her, listen, I'm bringing the heat, baby. I'm bringing the heat. I'm bringing the heat to Houston. But yes, come over to YouTube. I'm not going to stay on. So y'all, this is my thing, you guys. I have a real situation. There's a real situation that I have to address. So y'all, somebody asked this question, and I need to hear some answers. Are men expecting women to initiate? That's what I want to know. I know this is not even written. I haven't written this nowhere. Ain't nobody talking to me about this. I have to ask this question. Are men expecting women to initiate? I just want to know, am I, because y'all, I have never in my life, never in my a million years, I don't like, was that what y'all want from women, is to initiate? I just want to know, is that what we want? Initiate. Oh, so Pam, for you in the chat. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Hold on. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do this. Oopsie. Let me see. That's what I forgot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you said what? I'm seeing some people, 90% of men. So some people saying they give them a strong percentage. They're saying 90% of men want women to initiate. Look, y'all, I don't. There's something with my spirit that just does it don't vibe with my spirit. It's my spirit that just, I don't know if my spirit can really do that, y'all. I don't know if I can really initiate like that. I've never, and let me be honest with you guys. Let me be honest. I've never been the type to initiate with a guy. Like, I've never been. I initiated twice in my life. I initiated what? One guy, what was it? One guy when I was in the 7th grade. His name was Dion. One guy in the 8th grade, his name was Brandon. And y'all, listen, I was heartbroken. I was turned. Listen, Dion, I guess, had a girl, and Brandon chose another girl over me. That's the truth, y'all. That's the truth. And so ever since then, I listen. I praise God for his goodness and his mercy and his love, because I've gotten, I've been able to communicate with men I like. You know what I'm saying? I have been. I have communicated with men I like. I'm attracted to them or whatever. Like, I haven't had, there hasn't been a man that Franco said, because y'all can't handle rejection. You're right. Franco, right. I can't. That's what it is. That's the truth. Franco. That's the truth. My spirit can't handle that. I don't know. I like, when I was rejected those 2 times, 7th and 8th grade, mind you, I deserved it. I was not attractive in the 7th, 8th grade, y'all. I wasn't. I was not an attractive woman in 7th, 8th grade. I wasn't. I was not. I had glasses. I was awkward. I wasn't it. I wasn't it. I had glasses. I was thicker than a Snicker. Your girl still, I got a little thick, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? she there or whatever, but she ain't what she used to be. Okay, when I was back in the day, your girl was okay. You know what it is. But back then, no, I wasn't. I wasn't cute. And so what happened was, from that point moving forward, I just said, no, look, don't say here comes the I was a nerd in high school story. I wasn't a nerd. No, I wasn't a nerd. I just wasn't attractive. I wasn't that attractive, in my opinion. My daddy always said that I was the most, he said, my daddy always told me, he said, I said, Dad, am I pretty? And my dad said, he said, I would tell you if you were an ordinary looking broad. And that's our joke to this day. Because he told me. Because my cousin be like, why you treat her like she's pretty? She's not. He would treat me like I'm just some type of princess. And my daddy would always tell me, my daddy would say, no, I would tell you. He said, I would tell you an ordinary looking broad. And you not. And so my dad would boost my confidence when I had none. Shout out to you, Dad. My father would be the one that would make me feel like I was something when I wasn't. And I look back on pictures now and I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't nothing. I'll be honest with you. But however, it taught me I would, because of what had happened. You said, what's up, Lanai? What did Lanai say? Lanai said the ugly duckling turned into a beautiful swan. Thank you, Lanaya. Oh, yeah. I guess you're right. It was because my daddy, look, my daddy, saw a diamond in a rock. He really did. I shout out to fathers, y'all. Fathers matter. Fathers matter, because my father, when I did not have any confidence and these kids was making fun of me at school and all this stuff, my daddy was the man that poured into me, showed up with flowers at the school, made me feel like I was beautiful. And it allowed me to see how I should be treated. And so, big up to fathers. Shout out to all dads out there that are playing a role in their children's lives. It matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. Dads matter. Dads matter, period. But before I digress, that's why I do not approach men now. Because even at that time, my dad was like, men do not, you do not approach men. Like, my dad told me that from a young age. You don't put yourself out there. You don't pursue men. There's a certain way as you should go at men. And yeah, that's the truth. My dad was like, you don't initiate. Who are you to initiate? That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what my dad said. He was like, women do not initiate. He was like, now, there's a certain level of openness you have to be, right? You have to show yourself to be open to a man's whatever, which I have not perfected, y'all. I'm not good at that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What's up to Eric Lloyd? Okay, Eric. Okay, Eric. Okay, IG, by the way, I'm only gonna be on for another, maybe I'm gonna drop off at 7:30. You have to go to the YouTube to be able to see what I got going on, okay? Or YouTube or my Facebook. So, yeah. Y'all hit the like button, by the way. He said, why did you ask him why or what do people feel logic, a notion? I guess my dad just felt like a man initiates. That's what my dad felt. I guess that's what my dad had always initiated in his relationship. So he felt like that was what men do, is initiate. That's what he felt like. And so I mean, here's the thing, y'all. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. But in my work, in my life, I don't know. It's a different world today, y'all. It's a different world today. It's a different world to somebody wrote a weird comment on YouTube. It's a different world. I think when I was, dating, a man would I always kind of waited for a man's energy to be like, I want you. And if I was attracted to that guy, I'd be like, okay, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I can't listen. If I'm not attracted to you, I can't. There's got to be something I'm attracted to for me to move forward. There's some women that can move past the attraction thing. I can't do that. I got to be attracted to something about you, whether it's your ambition, whether it's the way you look. I got to be attracted to you, something. And y'all, let me tell you something. I praise God for this. I don't know if it's the same thing today, but I would attract the men that I was attracted to. And that's that. Thank you, Jesus, for that. That was probably his grace and his goodness. But at the same time, I can't I don't know. Like, I've been told, like, hey, Sam, you should say, I'm interested. Oh, you should say, I'm interested in, I really like you, and or I'm interested in get to know you. Are you interested in me? I'm like, whoa, Jesus, that's a panic attack. I'm supposed to say that to somebody? I'm supposed to say, like, can you imagine me? Like, hey, I'm interested in you. Are you interested in me? Y'all, I don't even know what that's like. I don't, I don't even know what I've been good at telling people I'm interested back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You know what, Astro, your comment made me think of a song, and I'll perform it for you. I'll perform it for you. He said, where are they now? Where are they now? Now that I need you. Tears on my pillow. Wherever they go. No, but for real, I don't know. I don't know. Not everyone would say yes to me. That's not true. I think that no, okay. G Gov says, which is a great comment. It says, if he can't lead you to God, then he's not. Ooh. Yes, no, I've heard of with Simone. No, I've heard the Simone Biles story. I have. I've heard it. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody. Okay, so it says, have you heard the Simone Biles and how Simone Biles met her husband? I did hear that. And you know what I say? You know what I say? It inspired me because she went after her man. Simone said, I like it and I want it. What's up? That's a boss. That's a boss. I love it. I've heard other women in the industry, they do that too. They like, what's up? I'm here, you here, what's up? You want me, I want you, let's go. Like, they're different. I guess I and it's a different world. Maybe I need to change the way that I am, because maybe I'm not, you know, it's a different world. Maybe I should be like, hey, what's up? What's good with it? What's good with it? What's good with the 1 2 what's up? And no, you listen, Pam, facts. Pam say here, look, hey, it's easy on the eyes too. Cute couple, period. So that's why I'm saying I'm open. I'm open. I am open because, like, you got to be open, right? You have to be open in this whole dating journey. Also, it's a difference. It's a difference. Naomi in the Bible told Ruth. Now, here's the thing, Lanaya. People be saying they want their Boaz. I'm a ruffle some feathers with this one. As my pastor says, I'm gonna shake your theological tree. I don't want Boaz. I don't want Boaz. I don't want Boaz. I want King David, baby. I'm looking for King David. What's up with the what's up? The reason why I say that. No, I'm sorry, Lyrica. I went off of a topic because I was inspired by something. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the actual topic I was gonna do, but I just had to. I went left. And I'm gonna go back right, but I went left. I started left here. So that's not true, Astro, because he's a very emotional man. You have to read your Bible. Anyway, let me see. So here's the thing. Boaz, if we hear the story about Ruth, and I think a lot of people, they sensationalize the story, they romanticize the story, whatever. Ruth was working in the fields, doing what she needed to do. That was Boaz's field. He saw a young lady working there. He was like, oh, y'all, look out for her. She working, leave her some stuff. Kind of felt for her, had some empathy for her. And then with that favor he was showing to her, she told Naomi said, he's our kinsman redeemer. Go lay with him. Go uncover his feet. Lay with him at night. Whatever that was. Okay. And she was like, listen, I want to be your wife type thing. And he was like, there's a king, there's somebody ahead of you or that has the rights to you before I do. So let me go ahead and see if he wants you. And then if he don't want you, I'll take you. I don't want that. That's not the story I want. I don't want that story. Lyrica, period. Yes, King David was an alpha. King David was a man of God. King David was not perfect. King David owned he was not perfect. He was a fighter. He was a writer. He was somebody that, you know what I'm saying? He also had a musical side to him. So he was rough, but he also had that emotional thing going with himself. I want King David. I like that strong, I'm masculine, but I got a side to me that's not. No, David made a mistake. He definitely made a mistake. We're not gonna say he didn't sin, but who didn't? Who hasn't? I'm not gonna talk about David and what he did. My whole point is, I like the fact that he was a strong man who's a man of God, but at the same time could own his stuff. I like King David. You said y'all killing me. He said David was a Sigma male. I'm done, y'all. Wait, what? And from what I understand, Boaz was like 40 years older than Ruth. That's why he asked her, "Are you sure you want this old of a man?" Because she was in her 40s. Mind you, she had been married. Her husband had passed. I believe, if I'm not wrong, he was in his 80s. And he was with her in her 40s. I'm good with older men. I have no issue with it. But I don't know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So that's just what y'all. Someone said y'all don't want no King Solomon. That's funny. No, I'm saying that's exactly what I'm saying. Somebody over here, Ghostly, he said yes. I like King David because he was a man's man. He was a man's man, and he handled his business, but he still had the ability to be emotional, and he had the ability to be real with himself. He wasn't. He was both. He was both. I like that about him. Yeah, Ruth was 40 and Boaz was 80. I'm telling you, absolutely. I'm saying that's the truth. So that's all I'm saying. You need one same age as you with a sense of humor. I don't know if I need a man the same age as me. I never said that. I said I never said that. I've never said that. But that's all I'm saying. So anyway, y'all, I'm jumping off of Instagram. If you want more of this conversation, you want more of me, I am on YouTube right now. So go ahead, run over to my YouTube, run over to my Facebook. I'm jumping off. Love y'all. Bye. Okay. So anyway, y'all. my whole thing here is, no, I'm not 23. Definitely not 23. I made some mistakes at 23. Let's be clear. And that wasn't even our topic tonight, you guys. I'm sorry. It just came up to me because in today's culture, and we have some single women on here, and we have women that are in relationships, should women be more open to shooting their shot? Okay, saying, and maybe not shooting a shot, but just being open to saying, hey, I'm interested. What's up? Well, thank you, Rapid Flames. Uh, mm. So what does that look like, guys? Tell me what that looks like, because that's what I need clarity on. Are you looking for a woman to say, hey, I'm interested? I feel like that's so forward. Right? That's forward. That's so forward. Am I tripping? Now, Eric, how should she do it? That's what I want to know. How should she do it then? Should she say, hey, talk with your eyes, but what if you're not seeing her in person? What if it's online? I want to hear, Lyrica, I want to hear what the man says as well. I want to know. Just call my name and I'll be there. Because guys today, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I say? Guys today, you know what they do? They send you an emoji. They send you an emoji. That's how they start. So should we just send emojis? Like eye emojis? Is that enough? Is that enough for y'all? Some of these comments, y'all. Again, you guys, I want you guys to go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you guys if you can support the show, we're at this every week. If you have not seen the show already, we be at this every week, trying to come to you with some new content. So if you can like it, support the show, it's so appreciated. Love y'all. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. So should I send, because guys, y'all, men be sending the eye emojis or an emoji. So should women start sending the emojis? I rebuke you, devil, in the name of Jesus. I rebuke. So y'all don't know what name I see in the chat. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Woo! If a woman gets an emoji in the Tyrone. So guys in the chat, if you send the emoji, what kind of response do you want back? That's what I want to know. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for the culture. If a man sends you an emoji, what is the appropriate response? Is it thank you? Heart? Thank you. What's the appropriate response for an emoji that a man would be looking for with the emoji? Send back the same emoji? Jonathan, how is that a dead giveaway? I can't let y'all get away with that. I don't speak emoji. I don't. How is that a dead giveaway? That is not a dead giveaway. If I send you guys, Tyrone, if I say, if you send me a fire emoji, what emoji do you want back? Do you want a fire emoji back? I just want to know. I don't speak emoji. Men are Faye Drews. That is a lie. Men speak emoji. They be hitting you with an emoji. They definitely do. I'm telling you. They reaching out with an emoji. So what is the appropriate response to emojis? Listen, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna have to. I mean, not you're not saying anything wrong, but the fact that your name is the devil is giving me vibes like I need to block and rebuke you from this. I'm a what? I'm a use some discernment. But the fact that somebody name on this daggone live is the devil, I might have to block. But just because in my spirit, when I see the devil, I block and rebuke. So your name can't be that and then be in the chat. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think I might have to block and rebuke you. You're not even saying anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, you're just, I don't know. I can't. Not today, saying no, not at all. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know. It just don't sit right with my spirit. It just don't sit right. I block and rebuke Satan. I don't keep it. I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna have to. I know we didn't discuss this. This has never happened before, Pam. I didn't know it to discuss it. But we gonna have to block and rebuke. I'm sorry. You're not gonna spell Jesus wrong, Lord. How you? Well, you know what? If your name is that, then you might be. I'm not even. Listen, I'm blocking and rebuking in the name of Jesus. uh. Anyway, I agree though. The internet and technology got relationships all messed up. So I'm just saying in this new world, how do we go about this? Okay, that's what I'm saying. In this new world, in this new understanding, and all these new things that we're trying to understand, how do we go about, like, is a woman supposed to be more forward? If a guy initiates, are you supposed to try to carry on the conversation and allow him to carry? Like, I don't know. Well, you're right, Solomon. I agree with that. That's my whole point, is understanding what is to be expected. Because if we're responding and we're giving you energy back, I don't know what else you want. I don't know. Engaging until it's going nowhere. Mm. Yeah, right. So drop the handkerchief. Yeah, I've heard that one before. I mean, yeah. I like that MGH STYL. You know, just keep it. And I think guys do. They just do it in their own way. You know, no one wants. I think everybody, like I said, I've said this in a lot of videos. Everybody's playing defense. No one wants to play offense. We're all trying to protect ourselves. We're all trying to not put ourselves all the way out there. So I think it's just a lot of that. But it was a conversation that I had, and I had to bring it up on here. So anyway, guys, let's get into the meat of the message. You know, I did go into another topic that had nothing to do with tonight's topic, but I think it was a great conversation that we had. So I have a video that I want to play for you guys. So let's get into it. Before I start playing the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, your girl's at 352,000 in a year. What? Ooh. So yes, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We be doing this every Wednesday. We gonna have some fun. We gonna kick you. We gonna talk. We gonna laugh, and we gonna do what we do. Okay. Period. And so yeah, 352,000, baby. 1 year. Okay. Can you imagine where do you think, family, we're gonna grow? Where will we be December of this year? Where do you think by the end of this year we will be? Where do you think? Just dream with me, family. Where do you think we will be December. Game changers. After we done gone over our situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people say 1 million by Thanksgiving. Pam saying 1.3 million. Thank you for the 1.3. What is it? One plus one plus. Millie. I hear it. I hear it. Got to be a double fire. Oh, 0.8 million. Okay, so that I'm cool with that. Plus a million, plus 2 million, a milli, a billion. I'm good with it. I'm seeing a lot of people saying a million. I appreciate it. That's where we gonna be. We speaking it right now. Y'all remember this live on January 10th. We gonna be at a million, period. And Samantha Lee show will be streaming on Netflix. And I will have, I don't know who I'll interview. I'll interview a bunch of different people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm be this mixed girl from Tequila, Georgia, who ended up on Netflix for no reason. What's up? All, by the grace of God, period. So anyway, that's that. So let's go ahead and dip into the meat of the message. Come on, okay? Let's go. Whew, I'm gonna find this video for you guys that I downloaded. I'm gonna open it up. All right.
How do I not understand you?
Okay. So guys, I saw this video, and again, this is from somebody else's page. I thought it was very interesting because we talk about communication. I get a lot of women that tell me that they struggle with communication in their relationship. Like the man is not being open, they're dude, whatever. He's not being respectful, things like that. And so this is a clip from a show, I think it's called something like Couples Therapy or something like that. And I thought it was very interesting, to say the least. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and play it and break down. I'm not even going to stop the video because I know you guys want to hear it all the way through. So let's get into it. Here you go. Well, I'm going to stop when the young lady starts, talking.
How do I not understand you?
Perfect example. You feel that I need affection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more about being seen. You're so in with the boys and cooking, and I appreciate it all to the max. But I feel like I'm a ghost in the house.
And I feel like I'm a robot.
That I see, and I acknowledge that 100%.
Wait. That sounds meaningful.
That I'm a robot and that he feels like a ghost?
No. I heard Drew say that when you say he needs affection, you're not hearing him. That he's saying he feels like a ghost, like you don't see him.
I understand that.
Well, that you did not convey that. Your response was, and I'm a robot.
And that is an issue. It's always but this. It's not like
It goes both ways.
Okay, so let's.
All right, y'all. So I want you guys to really get into the meat of the message. They're having a couples therapy session. Both parties are not happy about their state of their relationship. He's finally getting the opportunity to express himself. And when he finally gets the opportunity to express himself, yeah, that's Jolene, y'all. Oh my goodness. It's his daughter on Instagram. It's my girl. I love her. She's dope. She's grown. Like I've grown on social media. She's grown on social media. And we're both kind of promoting a similar message. So I love her. Anyway, she posted this content. I thought it was very interesting because it shows why not only men, but namely men, because a lot of men they're not communicate. They don't communicate well. They don't. In this clip, it personifies why men struggle with communicating. He's trying to say what he got to say. He's like, listen, I feel like I'm doing this, that, and the third, and I feel like this, and I just want to be seen, and I don't feel like I'm seen in our relationship, and this, that, and the third. And then she's like, and I feel like a robot. So in you saying what you're saying, you've now taken the focus off of him sharing what he needs to share. So now I'm going to text my brother because he just called me. I was telling him I'm on live. I can't respond. But yeah, so I say that to say that it's like, okay, if someone is in a position, and this is for men and for women, if we're in a therapy session and somebody is sharing how they feel, I think we get lost in what we meant, that their perception is this, tit for tat. We get lost in those things outside of hearing what someone has to say. And I think a lot of women struggle with giving men a safe space to communicate their feelings. I've been guilty of this. I'm not saying this from a position of better than, I'm saying this from a position that I was hurt. Okay? Where I was somebody that I couldn't take what was being given to me. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Right? I was somebody that, because of the fact that, and I think of my first love, the relationship with the first guy I was ever in love with, which is when I was 19, 20 years old. Y'all, anything he would say, I just had a rebuttal for. There was no, I would, and it came down to me being incredibly insecure. Incredibly insecure. I saw him a couple years ago, and I remember saying to him, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say, wait, okay. 30 is fine. I'll be off by then. Sorry, y'all. My brother's texting me about my daughter. Bring her into bed, but just bring her at 8:30, please. I figured that would happen. But anyway, y'all, so I think that it just became one of those things where I couldn't hold the weight of what the other person was sharing with me, because my insecurities, my ego couldn't handle being imperfect. I couldn't handle somebody saying something negative about me or any form of criticism without having this defensiveness, or bringing up something that they do to justify me, or to make what they did or what I did not so bad because they do this. Like, there's a part of me that was very, very weak in my ego, that couldn't handle the weight of anything being wrong with me. And I say that from a place of like understanding now. I've been in therapy for a while. I have a female therapist that holds my feet to the fire. And I've gotten used to having to hold things about me that aren't comfortable to hear, not comfortable to think of myself, because no one wants to think negatively of ourselves. But the reality is, a lot of us, because we don't like to hear negative things about ourselves, we don't want to hear that there's something that we could do better in. We don't want to hold the weight of our impact or our behavior on another person. We project, we gaslight, we blame shift. We do all these things to protect ourselves from taking the weight or holding the accountability of our actions. And so at the end of the day, I say, looking at that clip, you have a woman who's frustrated and upset, and I get that. but she's not even allowing him. She's not even allowing him the space to express himself because she doesn't listen. I'm not happy either. Like, you ain't gonna just sit here and say you feel like a ghost. Well, I feel like a robot. You feel like a ghost. I feel like a robot. Sis, how are we getting anywhere if we don't allow the space for someone to feel how they feel? Period. And a lot of men don't feel safe. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. Number one reason why men don't feel safe communicating honestly in their relationship is because the woman that they are with has not demonstrated the ability to handle the truth. I'm going to say that one again. Number one reason why men don't feel like they can communicate honestly in their relationships. I'm saying this from personal experience, ladies. I'm not saying this from a better than. I'm saying that I was her. They are saying this from a place that the woman that they are with or women in their past have not demonstrated the ability nor the capacity to handle the truth and handle the truth in a way that doesn't end up in being World War III. That's like, I'll give you an example. When I was growing up, my mom, she don't admit it, but my mom is Ecuadorian and Jamaican. My mom is hot-blooded, okay? Hot-blooded. You know, and when I was growing up, I was afraid to tell her things because I knew if I told her the wrong thing, it was going to be over for your girl. Oh, it was going to be over for your girl. My mama didn't play. That's period, point blank. I was afraid of her. And so I would not tell her certain things for the simple fact that I knew I didn't want to have to deal with the consequences. I did not want to have to deal with her reaction. So in this instance, there are men that are saying, you want the truth, but I'm afraid of your reaction because I've seen how you done reacted to the truth before. And I don't want those kind of problems. If I felt like you can handle what I was about to say, then maybe I'll share with you what I have to say. But ladies, it truly starts with being in a position of not being so reactive to what a man has to say. And that might mean you got to buckle your seatbelt. I say that on purpose in videos that I know I'm being a little spicy. I might be saying a little something that may, ruffle some feathers. Buckle your seatbelt. And that's the word for today. Buckle your seatbelt. If it's going to be a bumpy ride, buckle your seatbelt. Allow him the space to be honest. Y'all, in my future, I want to be able to tell my person everything about me and them to be able to handle my truth and love me anyway. That's the goal. That's what I would want. And at this point in my life, I've grown to have such a good relationship with God now that, I do feel like a being that is all powerful loves me and loves me for everything that I am, everything that I come with. And I thank God for that because it's given me such a foundation and a security that you can't buy. But I say to everyone that we all want to be loved that way. And I think that if we all want to be loved in that way, we have to love that way. That doesn't mean that the person that you're going to be with is perfect, but that does mean that you should make a concerted effort to love the way that you want to be loved. And I think all of us are trying so hard to be heard, and all of us are trying so hard to be man, I'm masculine, and I'm feminine, and I'm strong, and I'm this, and I'm that, and you're not going to play me. That we lose sight of the point of it all. And so I say in this instance that if you want somebody to be honest with you, you have to create this space for someone to be honest with you. You have to create a sense of safety for them to share. And listen, this is an area that I have to work on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a reactive person. Sometimes my responses can become abrasive, but at the end of the day, like I love hard. I love hard. I just do. And it takes a lot for me to decide, you know what, okay, I gotta go. But before then, there's been times, and there will be, I'm continuing to do the work to create a safe space for someone to share. Um, because sometimes you have a natural reaction to things, and I don't think that that's a wrong thing to have or to be. But I think that if someone is like literally not feeling like they can be honestly themselves with you, then you've made a relationship where somebody has to walk on eggshells to be loved by you. And y'all, let me tell you something. This is a big thing for me. In 2024, moving forward in my life, whatever man comes into my life, I'm not walking on nobody eggshells. I'm not walking on eggshells. That's one thing I will not do. I've done that. I will not do that again. I'm not walking on no eggshells in no relationship, period, end of story. If I feel like I can't be myself, or I can't tell my truth, or I can't whatever, not tell my truth, but share my perspective and feel like I got to walk on eggshells to make sure that this person is okay with me, and I'm just, I don't know what they're going to do. This might be that. Oh, no, your girl ain't doing that. Your girl ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I don't know who else is with me. But who else is not walking on eggshells in 2024? My next relationship, I'm not walking on no daggone eggshells. You're going to love me. You're going to like me and love me for who I am. And I'm not going to have to pretend to be something that I'm not to make you happy. I've got to be unapologetically myself. And I think a lot of times, because of how we were raised, y'all, this is a passion point for me. There's passion that's coming out. I'm not yelling at nobody. I got passion. Passion is running through my veins. How we have been raised is that, especially for me, I've been raised with a Hispanic mama and a Hispanic and Caribbean mama. Okay, so I'm passionate, and that's how we move. We, hands, talk, passion. I think we have been raised in a way that we perform to get acceptance, right? Acceptance or performance-based love. And so therefore, we get into relationships and it's based on performance that we are loved. And so now we've decided we've gotten into this toxic kind of cycle of tap dancing and auditioning for people to love us and accept us. And I've learned that in order for you to be in a long-lasting relationship, you have to have a healthy relationship of self first, or with self first. And I think how I was raised made it hard for me to accept me, because I was always trying to be something better or better. And now that I'm older and I've grown to learn who I am, of course, there's things that I have to change. Of course, there's room for compromise and improvement. But at the end of the day, I learned a very contingency-based love. My mama loved me no matter what, but her being pleased with me was contingent upon, okay, are you doing what I've asked you to do? Are you excelling? Are you, are you coming through the way you need to be coming through? That's not a bad thing, but of course, it can set a hard cycle, because then you can go into relationships and you can go into life becoming a people pleaser, right? And you do a lot to make people okay with you and be happy with you and pleased with you, and you go into your relationship, you don't really know yourself, you just know what people expect of you, and you know what people like, and you just become those things because that's what people like and that's what people do. And you get on this rigmarole like, oh, I get this job because that's what people, the society's telling me to do, or I look this way because that's what society's telling me to do, or I want to marry this person because that's what everybody says is the right thing to do. So I start becoming and doing and making decisions based upon what has been reinforced versus who I actually am. And you always feel like measuring yourself up against society and everybody else, that you're not measuring up, but you're not measuring yourself up against the right ruler. You're not measuring yourself up against the right ruler. And that's where we get messed up. That's where we get messed up. That's where we get messed up. It's a fragmented identity based on the world. A fragmented identity based upon the world. And that's where we get into the people pleasing, and then you get into a relationship, and at some point people pleasing stops. At some point you really come out, you who you really are comes out, and that person may not really love who you really are because you've never really been that. You've been somebody, you've done everything else to make them happy, and now you getting to know you, and you're like, that, well, I don't really want to do that no more. I don't really like this no more. I don't really like this the way that this goes a lot. And I'll be honest with y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. I think a lot of women struggle with this, which is why a lot of women do tend to walk away from their marriages, because they go into a marriage and they tap dance, and they want to be married. We like the idea of marriage and security, and we do everything to please this person and become everything that they say that they want, and please and please and please. And we don't really know ourselves very well. We don't really have an idea, or another part is that we're hiding an aspect of self that we don't know yet, right? We may be hiding that so that we can get married, and then bam, we get married and it don't work. Right? The right thing to do is to get married, and then you married, and now you're not happy because you wasn't you. You might have been doing all these things to please the man that you with, and now you're saying to yourself, I'm not happy. I don't want to do this no more. This ain't me. I'm not the domestic woman. Well, you were when I met you. Right? Or you hear that a lot. Or when I met you, you wanted to do this and you wanted to have kids, and now you're saying you don't. Or when I met you, you said this. And when we were honest with ourselves, we said what we thought would please somebody else. And we were not being real with ourselves, nor were we being real with the people that we were with. And that's why this whole world of fronting and saying I'm this and I'm that and putting on a show so that people think that you're this way or that way is just reinforcing a disastrous narrative. Because if you're not being yourself and you're wearing a mask, you're still walking on eggshells. You're still walking on eggshells. Still. Oh, thank you, Sloan. Thank you, Sloan. Thank you for those. I see Ryan. Thank you so much. Eric, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Y'all, I could cry right now. Y'all don't know how much this means to me. Y'all don't know how much this means to me. Thank you so much for your support. Honestly, thank you. It really, I could cry. And I'm not going to cry, but I thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just saying that is a major factor as to why a lot of women don't create a safe space in the relationship, because like, she sounds fed up. She sounds fed up in this clip, right? She's like, I'm a robot. I'm going through, I'm coming home. I wake up, I get my kids, I take them to school, I come home, I make you breakfast, I do this, I do. She's like, I am just in robot mode. And I'm not happy. There's no passion, there's no excitement. I'm a robot. I know exactly what that means. And it's like, okay, here's the thing. You got into the marriage, you have the kids, and something about having kids, y'all, something about having kids with women, I'm just being honest with you, something changes. Something in our mind changes. And it's not like, it's like a confidence. It's like I just gave birth to a human being. Like, my body just did that. I gained 55 pounds with Soraya. And y'all, I tell you what, I birthed an 8.8 pound, 23-inch baby. And something about experiencing that after 32 hours of labor, something in my mind changed. There was a confidence that came in me. There was an understanding of me, life, and self that happened. And a lot of women go through this. I'm being honest with y'all. And it's like, you don't really know you, or you don't really have that moment of like security with self. But that was the day, I will tell you, that was the day that I became secure with myself. I was like, you know what? I am good enough. Like, I don't need somebody to validate my existence. And men, y'all go through this too. I've met men, I have brothers. Y'all know that that's where my passion comes from. I have 2 brothers. I'm the only girl, which is why I make content for men. But when I talk to my brothers, when they making money, when they tapping into purpose, they got a different light about them. When they start feeling themselves, it's like, okay, I'm successful in my life. I'm good. I'm rolling. I feel good about where I'm at in life. They have a light about them. There's a security. There is something about it. They've touched purpose. They've touched success. They've touched certain things. And when you start touching on your purpose and you start touching on success, as a man, you start saying, oh, I ain't finna deal with all that. You start understanding who you are. And so therefore, you don't deal with the same things you dealt with when you were an unsure teenage boy. There are things with women you don't tolerate as a grown man paying his own bills and able to care for another woman. Let's keep it 100. As a man, when you start feeling yourself, you start saying, I ain't finna deal with her. No, I'm not about to deal with that. I ain't got to. I don't need to deal with your attitude. I don't have to. You start dipping into that level of who you are, your security. And that's the same thing when for me as a woman, when I had a child, that was what I dipped into. It's like, dang, I just had a baby. And there was something about having that baby that said, okay, I touched something. Now I'll tell you what I touched. I'll tell you right now what I touched. It was purpose. I was like, okay, this is what I'm here to do. Nothing like that. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it when a man touches purpose. It's nothing like it when a woman touches purpose. And I touched purpose. And I said, wait, I don't have to tap dance for you no more. I don't have to deal with the disrespect. I don't have to be treated this way. No. It's a shift. It's a shift in mindset where you don't have to deal with nobody nonsense no more. I don't got to deal with you treating me poorly anymore. I know me now. I don't have to continue to be abused by you and your stuff because of whatever you internally dealing with. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I know me now. There's something about it, y'all, that changes the way you handle your relationships moving forward. And when a man and a woman, when we have a child, when we start getting into that rigmarole, we change. Men change, women change. It just is what it is. And some relationships can handle the change, and some of them can't. But the reality of it all, as we saw in this clip, is that she was probably a different person when they started that relationship. She was probably somebody who was cooking, cleaning, and acting like it was no problem. But was that really her? Was she secure enough to show up as herself? And if she did show up as herself, would he have wanted to marry her? We don't know. The thing that men do that women don't is that when men decide to get married, they're at a different place in their lives. They are at this more secure place in their lives. Most men, I think. I don't know. They've kind of gone through the rigmarole. Now some men get married young, some men get married older. I know men are getting married older, women get married older, whatever. But when I see men getting married older, I'm sorry, y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. There's like a cold breeze right here. That's like right here. And I got the heat on. That's okay. It's not a ghost. It's an angel. That's what angels feel. If you ever feel a cold breeze, it's an angel. So anyway, that's besides the point. I don't have no moment. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for your donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. But again, I say all of this to say, you guys, that at the end of the day, no, the devil doesn't feel like that. The devil don't feel like that, Sherrod. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Look up cold wind. It's an angel. Look it up. You could Google it. But to Vaughn, to your point, I don't think the most authentic self got married. I don't have a window open behind me. It's literally 32 degrees outside. Ain't nobody got the window open. That's period, point blank. I don't know where you think I'm from, but your girl don't open no windows when it's freezing outside. That's on period, point blank. Oh, no, I know it's Sloan. I know it's Sloan. I know it's Sloan. That's why I said thank you, Sloan. But anyway, it's besides the point. If you ever feel cold breeze on your shoulder, it's an angel. So there's no cracks around an angel. And y'all have to get some faith, y'all. The spiritual side is real. I know y'all don't want to believe there's spiritual. There's another side to this thing. There is. Look at the world. It just is. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just kept feeling it. I'm like, golly, and I don't feel it anymore. But anyway, no, look it up. Oh, okay. Y'all need to cut. Y'all different. Anyway, that's besides the point. So next thing I was going to say, the next thing I want to say to this is we were talking about not the most authentic self getting married. And that's why I think it's very important for us to be more real before we even get into a marriage. That's period, end of story. Be real. Do not, I know a lot of these dating coaches are telling you to put on a show, ladies. I've heard it. Put on a show, this, that, and the third. Do not do that. Like when my strategy, when I go on dates, and this is how I've always been, I'm me. I'm a tell jokes. I like to eat a lot. I'm me. I don't try to be anything other than me when I go on a first date. That's just how I am. And that has always worked for me. Because I think when you seem a little, stuck up and you act like you not, like you wouldn't eat this whole plate of wings. When you act like you ain't gonna eat and you only eat a bite of your salad, you're not hungry anymore. Like, that's not real. I think men like a woman who's like more real. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this whole plate of wings. You gonna join me or what? I think you're more laid back, more open-minded. You allow it to feel a little bit more natural. I think a lot of women, they try to put on airs like, oh my gosh, let me drink my water. I don't eat. Oh my gosh, I don't eat. Let me sip my water. What? Can I get your food too? Can I try some of your food too? I think listen, and men love that. I don't know why. I enjoy being yourself, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the entire process. And I think that people act like they're at a pageant. Exactly. I don't think you should act like you're at a pageant. I think you should be honest and real and not trying to put on airs, because at some point the real you is gonna have to show up. And you don't want it to be when you in a therapy session talking about you a robot. Yeah, because you're not being you. Now you a machine. You have to be you. So, okay, the first thing that we said was creating a safe space. Second thing we said was being real, like the importance of authenticity. The third thing that I'm saying in this is that, y'all, we have to say this. Who is perfect? That's number one. Who is perfect? And if we can all say that no one is perfect, then we should be okay. We should be okay with people having something negative to say about us, because we all know we're imperfect. And I think we get on this defense and we start doing this tit for tat game trying to protect ourselves, and we don't get anywhere doing that. We don't get anywhere doing that. And in this clip, she becomes defensive. He's not necessarily saying anything negative about her. Like, we can play it again. I'm gonna play it back.
So how do I not understand you?
Perfect example. You feel that I need affection. Mm-hmm. And it's more about being seen. You're so in with the boys and cooking, and I appreciate it all to the max. But I feel like I'm a ghost in the house.
So he's not even saying anything bad about her. He's not saying you're a terrible wife, you're a terrible mother, but she's receiving it as a criticism. He's like, look, it's not about affection. I just want to feel seen by you. You're doing all these things and you're making our home this way and that way, but I just want to be seen by you. And instead of taking that, because she wound up, she ready to go. You see the way she looking at him. She looking at him like, I'm ready to defend myself. Instead of listening with the ear of defense, listen with the ear to understand. Listen with the ear to understand. Ladies, if that could be the last thing you hear me say tonight, in all things gain understanding. Try to understand. Don't try to go guns a-blazing. Don't try to do like you ready to defend yourself and ready to say, well, this is how I feel. Well, this is what this is. No, listen. We already know nobody's perfect. We already know that we don't have all the answers, but we can be so on the defense. We can be so ready to argue because we're hurt, because everybody's hurt. But in order to get your needs met, you have to meet needs. Do unto others as others will do unto you, as you would want somebody to do to you. So if I want to be respected, I have to respect. If I want to be loved, I have to love. If I want to be understood, I have to understand. If we're not creating a safe space and we're not being authentic from the jump, which is causing all these things, it does cause a sense, Tavon, this is the comment. This is the comment. Humble yourself. We all have to humble ourselves. We have to humble ourselves. I mean, who said that? Who's the song? Be humble. Be humble. There's ways we can all improve. And you can't, when we listen, it can't be like, oh, well, you don't do this and you don't do that. And you don't, there's going to be a time and place. There's going to be a time and place for you to be heard, but you have to create space for him to be heard too. And the biggest issue I'm hearing is that, oh, men aren't communicating. Men aren't communicating. Okay. Are you creating a space for him to communicate? And that might mean you, in this conversation, you don't speak. In this conversation, you just understand. Maybe you don't need, just focus on just not saying nothing. Just listening and not talking. Just hear him out. There'll be a time and place for you to communicate your feelings. But just let them be heard. Let them be heard. Acknowledge that you may not always be right. You may not have it all together. And listen, y'all, that's okay. We all don't. There's areas I'm still working on in my life. There's still things that I could do so much better at. I thank God I'm better than what I was, but it's still a work in progress. I say all of that to say that in this clip, she's dismissing his feelings. She's dismissing what he's saying that he needs from her. what he's lacking from the relationship. And instead of hearing it, she went into what she's experiencing, what she feels, why she doesn't feel a certain kind of way in the relationship. And listen, when it comes to therapy, we will always have a turn. We will always have a turn, but let that man have a space to speak. And the reason why I say men, y'all, the reason why I say men, and the reason why I feel strongly about men is because men don't have that same space. Women, we can talk about men all day long, but if you look at the rates of unaliving, if you look at those types of things, it's men. It's men that don't have those places. It's men that are struggling. Women feel more open to share. We feel more open to share with our friends. We're more likely to go to therapy. We're more likely to share online. We're more likely to call our homegirls. We're more likely to share with our families. That is what women do. Men don't have that same space. And so in order for a man to feel open and not turn to a drug or alcohol or some type of vice, try to be what he may need. That's just statistics. That's just mental health statistics. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I have, my throat. I have to take this medicine for my situation. But that's all I'm saying. I understand that we all need to be overwhelmed, and we all have those things going on. All of us do. I'm not negating that. What I am saying is, if we look at rates and we look at what for me, I ain't gonna lie, when that young man who worked on the Ellen show that was dancing, he looked so happy and he's with his family, and he ends up leaving his home randomly one day and doesn't come back home, and no one knows why. And no one knew that there was anything wrong. He was just acting like everything was okay. It was like, that hit me. And you start understanding like the mental health men movement and things like that. But we have to create a space. We don't want a man to be wearing a mask in our own home because he does not feel comfortable being himself. It starts with us. Let him have a moment to share his feelings without cutting him off. Exactly, Hillary. They're by men, middle-aged men. The unaliving rates for middle-aged men are the highest. That's why I'm saying this. That's why I'm saying this. That's not to say that women don't need a space. That's not to say that we're not tired. It's not to say that we're not overwhelmed. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we women have been conditioned by society to be more open about our feelings. And that's what I'm saying. That if we're open about our feelings, it's not looked at negatively. But when a man does, it is looked at negatively, or it can be used against him in the future. And therefore, he doesn't want to share because he doesn't want to be ostracized or looked at in a negative light. If you're his woman and you are in that space, let him have that space for that moment without becoming defensive. He wants to feel seen. But if I'm in a space of already being on the defense, already ready to defend my position, I'm not gonna, I have now closed this man down. Now he's gonna say, you know what? That's why I don't talk to you. That's why I can't do this with you, because you don't listen. You go to the defense. So I'm just gonna shut my mouth and keep it moving. And that's what you don't want happen, because then you're gonna be mad the next time you go to therapy. Well, he not talking to me. He don't want to say nothing to me. Well, you never created a safe space for him to begin with. We need to have more relationships where no one has to feel like they have to wear a mask. Not a woman, not a man. Anyway, y'all, I thank you, Training with Intention, for your Cash App. I thank you guys for everything tonight. I've got to jump off, but I love y'all so much. Please like this video, subscribe if this was something that you enjoyed. I love y'all with all of my being. Thank you guys for everything. Again, I'll be on sorry. You guys go ahead and I will see you guys. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts were about this video. Please let me know about other that's not a date, that's my baby girl. No, it's my daughter. Mommy duties. Numero uno is mommy duty. Okay, let's be real. So anyway, go ahead, y'all. Comment below, hit the subscribe button, like the video. My baby got here, so I gotta go, y'all. That, mommy duty, mommy calls. But I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Please comment below. Thank you guys for everybody that supported the show. You don't realize how much it means to me. 352K and counting. I love y'all. We will see each other soon. Love you guys. All right. Have a good night. See you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all.